Hey guys, what is up? It has been a long time since I've uploaded like anything, but I'm here today because I, as of yesterday, finished my 7th sketchbook. So, hooray, she's finally done. This one took me just under a year actually. I started this May 2025, around then, and then I finished it yesterday, April 16th, 2026. So that's really quite awesome. For the details on the book itself, this is, I believe, the Ohuhu marker pad, I think. I got it for Christmas like a couple of years ago. I don't know, it was a while ago. And when I look online, because I know they have the mixed media pad and they also have the marker pad, but I don't think this is the mixed media one. I think this is specifically the marker one because I don't know if the mixed media one comes in like the square format. Maybe it does, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure this is the marker one. It came with one of those like those marker like clear sheets you put behind the paper so that it doesn't bleed through. I lost it. I have no idea where it is, but I have good things to say about the paper itself, but I'll get into that like later. So she is pretty thick, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I was going to say that the reason why this one took me so much longer is because it has more pages than like a moleskine, for example, which is like what I normally use for my sketchbooks. But I think I'm wrong because when I was looking up to verify like the kind of sketchbook this is, I'm pretty sure that this one altogether only has around 140 pages. So it's technically 70 single sheets, but if you account for like the front and the back, it is around like 140, I think. Whereas a moleskine sketchbook has 240 pages altogether, like front and back. So, I actually don't know what took me so long. I think also the key thing here is the fact that this is so much bigger than like any other sketchbook I have worked in like ever. I do have my next sketchbook here that I haven't started yet, but just for size comparison, like this is a moleskine, so it's really okay. It's really not that much bigger, but like it's a moleskine is like a little more than half of the dimensions of this one. I honestly don't remember the actual dimensions, but if you go on their website, you can find it. It's like the only square format they have, I believe. But yeah, the paper in this one is also a lot thicker. I don't even really pay attention to like paper thickness and like GSM and stuff like that. Maybe I should. But because this is technically like meant for alcohol markers, it can handle a lot more than a moleskine can. As for any of the information about the stickers on here, I'm gonna put it on screen because if I try to sound it off right now, it's gonna take forever because a lot of these I don't remember. We're just gonna get started, I guess. So here it is, Sketchbook 7. You can kind of see there's a bit of like bleed down here. I'm not really sure what that's from, but I did start this May 17th, 2025. So I finished this like just under a full year. It's like literally like a month away, kind of. You can see that there is a page missing because I did use this paper in a different sketchbook that I was using. It was one of my moleskines, just because moleskines I find don't really hold up against alcohol markers. Okay, so getting started. The first page, I've never really cared about the first pages on sketchbooks. Like, I don't know, like I know some people are really hyped about it and like it is fun to do like a bigger like kind of composition. Here is I guess a pony sona. I make so many sonas and then I just like don't do anything with them. So I guess they're more like OCs, I guess. But you can see there's a little orchid flower on her because me. Anyway, I like the blue hair. This one was based on a screenshot from, I think it's a movie or a show, I don't know. I honestly have no idea what it's called or who this is. I just thought the colors in the original image were really interesting. This is acrylic paint. The eyes are way too big, but honestly like I don't ever paint like full things in my sketchbooks ever. I want to more. I just chicken out and I'm like, no, it feels too real, I can't. So we will be getting over that in the next sketchbook. It was really quick though, this one. It wasn't really like a serious thing, but yeah. So this next one, these are so rough, bro. Towards the middle is when we start to cook, I promise. So just bear with me. This was just like a random zombie thing. I really don't know. These are all acrylic markers, by the way. Again, acrylic markers, just, the eyes are so big. I don't know what it is, but like at the start of this sketchbook specifically, everyone's eyes are ginormous. And I really don't know what the reason for that is. So this next page, I was trying to figure out like color palette stuff. This is acrylic markers, these are Copic markers, and I think a little bit of Ohuhu. For this one, I was just inspired by a lot of, yeah, it was like color palettes I was seeing. Honestly, it looks a lot better on camera. Everything is really wonky though. Again, the eyes are huge, but I don't hate them as much here. I don't know. And the lips are like off center. And then the hair was really lazy. I don't even know, like, I don't even know. This one was just kind of inspired by like a bunch of different things on Pinterest. I don't know. I think another thing I need to work on is like not relying on Pinterest for references as much. I think I need to do like more life drawing in my sketchbooks because I think there's a Pinterest epidemic happening with a lot of people's artwork, and that's fine. You know what? Hashtag inspiration, but like why are we all drawing the same 5 things? Okay. This next one, these were just some sketches I did at a convention I was selling at. These are just random, I don't know, but the lyrics are from King for a Day, and they're in the bridge. Question mark? Is that the bridge? I guess. I don't know. But I saw them in May last year, so that was so freaking rad. If you saw them in Toronto, I was there. So hype. This is my OC. I don't really like this. Not my fave. Yeah. I mean, I sprayed it though with like a sealant, so it doesn't like smudge or anything, which is nice. It does have like a bit of a residue to it, like it feels kind of grainy. And you definitely have to spray it outside or otherwise you will like choke and die, I think. But I was getting back into using like just like graphite and like I think there's like lead pencils and stuff. This one was more of an intentional design. This is an OC. I don't draw her very often and she's not very developed. She's just kind of like a concept. This is Iggy from the Mario series. He's my favorite. He's my favorite Koopaling. Koopa Kid? Koopaling? Yeah. Yeah. He's so underappreciated, guys. Unless he's not. I'm not really like in the community. He was always my favorite growing up, and he still is. These are kind of ass. This was like, I like the outfit, it's cute. I was in like a very like hibiscus kind of summer mood. I just love like hibiscus print on like just like bathing suits and stuff. I think it's so cute. This was also at a convention, a different one. I was so bad. I don't know. It is Zoe from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I'm really not like into that series, but I was working at a summer camp all of last year and like the kids were obsessed with it. I've debated doing like commissions at conventions before, but it's just like, I know there's like a logistic way to do it. I don't know. I feel like I would just, that's not like my thing yet. Maybe in the future. I'm not sure. For these, I think they were just like really uninspired like sketches and stuff. And then this one was me trying to design like an actual kind of like Sona. Yeah, this was yeah, also acrylic markers. This is when I was starting to use them a lot more, and honestly I think they're probably like my favorite medium now. Just like I use them all the time, and I have so many. I have too many. I don't need that many. Oh, here are more acrylic marker sketches. See, this is when we start to cook a little bit. I can draw. I promise I can draw, I can paint, etc. Just, I don't know what the pose was based on, probably, again, Pinterest thing. And then the hair, I think, was also based on a picture I saw of someone. I like how the hair came out, and the skin. I like the skin tone. Typically, when I do skin tones, I always do like a cooler kind of palette, like no matter what the skin tone is, it's always like a cool tone. But here I kind of leaned more into like the oranges and the yellows and like the warm tones, and I really like how it turned out. And I think I need to do it more. I don't know why I'm so scared. I like the eyes too, the green and the orange. Here's another little like just acrylic marker thing. I don't even know who this is, but I like the red and green. I feel like whenever I use red and green, it always just kind of gives like Christmas. Also, you're gonna see the same freaking apple so many times in the sketchbook for no reason. There is no reason for it. This spread is really cute. I like them. You know what? They're girlfriends. They're girlfriends now. Oh, here we are. Here's the Meet the Artist planning. Again, what the hell is that? Yeah, it was just a design. I don't necessarily look or dress like this in real life. I wish I had this shirt though. But I sketched this and then I think I just like scanned it and did it in Procreate. Here's my OC again. I hate this. This is so, I need to learn to like, if something is going off the page, like let it go off the page, you know what I mean? But then sometimes like just when I'm drawing, it like kind of messes things up. This was at work. I was just bored at work, so I was drawing. This was me designing a performer male. Question mark? That's a joke. I don't even care. Guys who listen to Claro and drink matcha, good for them. I love Claro. I don't really like matcha, but like, thinks he's a feminist because he loves women. You know what though? Good for him. Yeah, why not? I remember when I first colored this, I actually kind of hated it. It's not as bad now, the eyes are so wonky, but I think it was just like the sketch looked so much better. This is cream soda cookie? Soda cream cookie? I forget. From Cookie Run Oven Break. And then this is, I think, Firecracker Cookie. I was gonna color her too, but after I did this one and I hated it, which again, like it doesn't even look that bad now, I was just like, I can't. And then this is me apparently. Here's a guitar. I was gonna color this as well, I think. There are so many things where I sketch them and I'm like, yeah, this will be colored. She'll look amazing, and then I don't do it. So I think I just gotta get over my fear, guys. I don't know. This one, okay, this is looking at. This is just a mug. I think I was really uninspired. These are with pen. This side profile isn't like the worst. She's not amazing, but like I need to draw side profiles more. I need to practice. I don't know. And like they're kind of fun. Like they are kind of fun and they're kind of fresh and awesome. I remember my friend really liked this one, or at least complimented it. So thank you if you're watching this. But yeah, this one was just like a portrait study. I used to do so many of these just like for fun, and then now I just kind of like don't, because between like my school studies and then like my own personal art, I'm just like, I don't know. I will say though, there is an epidemic of like fake AI generated people on Pinterest, which is like duh. I like there's AI everywhere, but like when I search up like portrait photography or something when I'm trying to do a study, I'll find a person and I'm like, oh, that's pretty nice. And like, you know what? Maybe there are little things about the image where I'm like, that's a little strange, but like editing exists. Editing softwares exist, Photoshop exists. Sometimes people are just janky, I don't know. It is pretty obvious sometimes. But like with a lot of these portraits, I see so many artists doing studies of the same people, and yet nobody in the comments is clocking that the original image is AI. The only reason I found out is because one single person, when I posted my original study, said like, hey, by the way, just letting you know that image you referenced was an AI image. And this picture, the reason I'm bringing all this up is because the photo I referenced for this one, I suspect might also be AI, but I have no way of proving it. It was just, even when I was drawing it, I was looking at it and being like, you don't look real enough. Okay, this next one, I remember I drew this for class. Like, I was doing a video in my one video class, and I just remember I had a shot of me like drawing on my sketchbook, because I think it was a video that had to be like about me as a person or something. And so I was just drawing for a video. Bro, on my Pinterest scary. When I was trying to like find references for things to like just doodle in here, I kept getting like scary photos on my main feed, and I was like, what is this? What is this? Sometimes my Pinterest just becomes like, it's like cursed with something, and then just a bunch of really scary photos show up. This is Heather from Silent Hill 3. I, at the time, actually was playing Silent Hill 2, the remake. And then I started playing 3, but I never like really got that far. Not for any reason. I think I just got busy, if anything. But I do want to play it like fully someday because it seems really interesting. It says, Hill's a little loud today. And then here's Robbie saying, who trying to queen out? So, yas. Okay. This one was another like acrylic painting that I never finished. Evidently. I mean, like, I kind of wish I had. I don't know. It was just, I remember when I was mixing, like, the skin tones for this figure, it just, like, it was really, like, messing me up because the original image, which I believe is, like, an LSD PSA photo, you can probably find it on Pinterest. It was really, like, blue toned, and so when I was trying to make everything, like, kind of bluish because of, like, the filter in the image, it just, I don't know. You can see some crazy blues happening. I feel like he also kind of looks like Sheldon Cooper. Anyways, here's another one. This is watercolor. Another Pinterest kind of photo. I really don't like this one. I really don't like this, which is why I never finished it. I was kind of like, wait, what am I looking at? Yeah. Okay. This was supposed to be Angela from Silent Hill 2. I was clearly going through like an art crisis at the time. So yeah. These were some like value watercolor studies I had to do for a class thing. I'm really reluctant about doing class stuff in my sketchbooks just because I feel like they kind of taint them. But that's also like a reflection of like how I plan assignments for my projects. They just, I don't know, I just feel like my planning is always really ugly. So I try to keep it away from my sketchbook. But also a lot of the pages of my sketchbook are really ugly. So this is the poster for Silent Hill 3. These other ones, I think these are kind of random. I think this one is based on like a screenshot or like a still from No, I'm Not a Human. I've never played that game. I know it was like really popular and a lot of people were like drawing for it. This is more planning for an assignment. I really hated how this came out when I did the actual assignment, but I like the planning. So maybe I'll do a little redo one day. It was about computer rooms and like, I don't know, there's so many videos online about that kind of topic too, but like the idea that like technology used to have like a designated space for it to like exist in a way. So, I don't know. This was abstract painting planning for my assignment. This one was based on Silent Hill again. Really into Silent Hill at the time, yeah. So I was kind of going for like a more like industrial horror kind of rusty metal vibe. Oh, this one's kind of fun. This is with alcohol markers. I need to use more alcohol markers, honestly. I always think that like I'm just not very good at using them, and then I look back and I'm like, it's kind of fine. Just an apple person, green person. A lot of apples in this, I really don't know why. This is based on like some random guy on Pinterest. I feel like this gives like when people draw like the old emo like leads or band members. Like I'm not gonna say Gerard Way because like no, but you know he kind of looks like he kind of looks like an evil or like late Yagami. I don't know. Okay, this one. I've seen this picture everywhere. Okay, the thing is, I look at pictures on Pinterest, I'm like, wow, this is so unique and interesting. And then like everybody else has the same photo, which obviously, duh, but like, so this is like an old Mac computer. I love the old like Mac desktops. I forget what their actual, or I think that they're just Macintoshes, aren't they? I'm thinking about like the little like, the laptops they had. Before they had the Macs, they had the, what were they called? Like Apple Books or something? I forget. I don't know, but I love the laptops that they used to have. Oh god, I love old technology. So cool. These are just acrylic marker kind of things. I was trying to do like more of like a blocky sort of style. I don't even know. Yeah, they're alright. I don't know. More acrylic marker stuff. I hate this sketch. I was gonna color it, and then I was kind of looking at her and I was like, what? Like, what am I looking at? This was based on like a soda picture. It looked really good. I don't know whether there are tomatoes in it. I hope that was a real photo. This I covered up, but you can still see it. So I put gesso and then I put fluorescent acrylic paint over top to cover it. Did not cover it. So, and I never painted over it because I was like, I can't do that anymore. This was some watercolor stuff. I was getting really into watercolor because a lot of my school things. Never finished this, of course. This is Albedo from Genshin Impact. If you know, you know. Yeah, I think this is kind of cute, like watercolor wise. I think I want to use watercolor more, but I left them at school, so I actually don't have my watercolors with me right now. Here's some sketches. I did this one a lot later, which is why it looks slightly better than some of these. I was trying to do anatomy things, and then I was not in the mood at the time. Like, it just was not working. This one's pretty bad. This one's not too bad. It's still stiff and like not my favorite at all. I don't like this one. And this is like, just alright. Okay, this is when we start to lock in a little bit. So when we start to lock in just a bit. So this is when I saw the FNAF 2 movie. I think it was okay. I'm really quite easy to please. I see animatronic on screen and I'm like, yes, yes, this is awesome. So I painted Mangle. These are all acrylic markers. And then I also did a digital version, which I do have as a print now, which is freaking awesome. I do like how this one came out, and then I was also getting really into like different ways of utilizing like color palettes at this time. So I think this is one of the pivotal like lock-in moments with my art. And then we have Toy Chica. I was honestly growing up like never really a huge Toy Chica fan, but then again I was a Springtrap fan. So, but to be honest, I think her color palette is really cute. This one's kind of cute. Little blueberry girl. I was gonna color her too, and then I didn't because I liked the sketch too much and I thought it was kind of cute, so I left it. And then here's another pony design. I was getting into drawing a lot more ponies over the summer and doing like commissions. So yeah, a lot of practice there. I don't know what it is. I'm not really like necessarily like a furry personally. At least I wouldn't consider myself one. But it's just, there's something about drawing like pony designs where I'm just like, it just like scratches an itch in my brain. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is. And giving them a bunch of piercings too. That I was gonna give her a name and I think it was gonna be like Cortland something. Cause I was looking on like, I think it was like Reddit or something. It was like the first result. But it was like Apple names. And then there were a lot of like really basic ones where I was kind of like, eh. And I was trying to, you know, not make it too close to like Applejack or Apple Bloom, etc. Trying to be a little original. I don't know. Yeah, again, kind of getting a little more interesting with color palettes as well. And I also marked down all the colors I used just for like my own reference. Those pages are kind of cute. This is kind of like what I was doing too to like map out color palettes. This one's like not a great example. But this one you can see like I would just go on Pinterest or like there are so many different kind of sources where you can find things like this. Where if you just search up like color theory orb or like color palette orb or something, you can find like different color palettes and it kind of maps out just the values for you. So I thought that was like really helpful. It's a lot easier to do that kind of stuff digitally when you can like control like every single color. But traditionally, if you're using like a sort of limited palette in the sense of like an acrylic marker, it's a little harder. But I was using those as references. I kind of like how this one turned out. I think the mix with like the sort of reddish fuchsia and the green is like really, yeah. I was gonna say it's like chartreuse, but I don't know if that's quite I don't know if that's quite right. I didn't really like, I guess, fully finish this. Like, I didn't really line her, but I think on the face it's kind of fine, like around the jaw, and like I think the shirt is fine, but I just feel like I like cleaned up like the shoulders. They're a little pointy. I don't really know why. And then there's this one too. Yeah, I was just trying like a lot of like random people for like color palette stuff. This was based watching my gouache paint. I really didn't need to, but like I don't use my gouache very often, so I wasn't like, I don't know, really locked in like that. These were with alcohol markers. Again, kind of creative with the color palette. I'm not really quite sure. A lot of people really like this one though. They said she kind of looks like a sort of like jelly, like space princess or something. I was like, yeah, she's a little fluorescent, I don't know. And this one was a little more like natural, just like skin tone practice and other things. The headband is like way too high. I don't know why it's all the way up there. I kind of like the hair though. I like the sort of shapes happening in there. The eyes are also big again here, which like I guess they're big here. But again, I don't think it's like totally bad. I don't think it's horrible. Here is my OC again. This one, I really like this one. I do like this one. I also just think the like expression is a lot better. This was with gouache, and I think I went in a little bit with some acrylic markers. You can see, actually no, maybe it was all gouache. I don't remember. I kind of like this eye here because you've got like, let me zoom in a little bit. You've got like this more like sculpted kind of eye. Oh, and then there's like this sort of like muddier kind of like blended eye. I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah, I want to get like a little grosser with her design just because like, I don't know. She's a zombie, right? Like she's like low-key decaying. Not even low-key, like she actively is decaying. So, I don't know. But I do like how this one came out. I was just honestly trying to practice with gouache, I think. And I think it went pretty well. Here's Springtrap. Again, like I said, Springtrap kid. This was with gouache. And then these two were acrylic markers. I'm not very good at drawing animals, to be honest. So he's a little chopped, but maybe he's a little chopped normally, one could say. Here's some more acrylic marker things. This was fun. Again, this was kind of getting like creative with the color palettes, but I think it went pretty well. And then I added these later on, but just some bugs, because I was like, what should I add to this? She's kind of like got like dragonfly wings. And then people were like, add bugs. And I was like, okay, true. This was also referenced from a photo. Probably AI. I'm gonna say hopefully not. Like it does look like it could be like a Photoshop thing. So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, you're probably not AI. I don't know. Pinterest is like a cesspool. It's okay. This was based on a still from Breaking Bad. It is supposed to be Jesse. It doesn't really look like him at all. And he's got like a little baby hand. This was all acrylic markers. Honestly, this took me so long because he's very green and on camera it doesn't look too bad. Like it kind of works. But like in that still, because of the filter and the like color grading, it just did look very green. So I was trying to like wrap my mind around it, because obviously like you look at that and you're like, oh, it's a skin tone, but because it's a green filter you gotta like ignore the like logical knowledge you have about what it looks like and just focus on the colors. Anyway, so that was like a really like word soup kind of explanation, but it took a lot of mixing. Like I would put the acrylic markers on like a piece of plastic and then I would take like a watercolor pen and just kind of mix it and then like paint normally, which is a really good tip. That's a really good way to like blend and mix colors. Yeah, I mean I like how it came out. It was really ambitious and I think it paid off. So this is based on a ceramic sort of like thing. I forget the original artist who made the like actual design, but I kept seeing pictures of it and I thought it was like so cool. And I wanted it to be more of like an ambitious like painting thing like the Jessie picture, but I was running out of steam. This is the same OC as before. Bit of a glow up here, although I really did not mean to, but she's got to be like thicker. Like I kind of Ozempic her, and that was not my intention at all. But this was with gouache, and the gouache wasn't really working. Like it was getting really muddy. So then I went in with acrylic markers a little bit. I think it's just like in the eyes, like maybe the hair. Her hand is like messed up, but I do think it's cute, even though it's like not really polished or anything. Ooh, okay. These are my OCs. I don't draw them often because honestly, this kind of spread here is like when I was really mapping their designs, because every time I draw them, I'm like, it's not correct. Like that is not correct. This is not biblically accurate. So this is Eleanor. I didn't do any like outfit designs really because like I'm not locked in like that yet, but I do like this one. And this is Atlas. They are siblings. They're twins, actually. So I was trying to kind of keep that in mind with their designs to kind of make them like cohesive, even though like they're fraternal twins, but it's like, you know. So I really like that kind of swoopy hair situation. She looks sad. She is a girl flop and that's okay. So I was trying to keep like the swoopiness too and the sort of like, yeah. And then I was trying to give them like, just like, not symbols, but I guess so. They're low-key giving cutie mark, but it's okay. His is an Atlas moth, of course. And then I was doing more OC drawings. This one's really bad. This OC, this is Caspian. I draw him frequently, but I hate this one. This is so bad. That one guy who's chopped, I don't know. And then this is Juniper. I struggle with her design because it's like in my brain, like I know what she looks like, but then when I try to translate it onto paper, it doesn't work. But I feel like these two like really, yeah. I don't know. I don't like these ones as much, but that's okay. And then if we continue, this is Sterling. For her design, I'm always so torn on her hairstyle. Like I'm not sure if I want to give her like, because here like it's kind of up in the back and then it's like the rest of it is kind of like long, but I've always just kind of like imagined her hair like down normally. And I do want to give her like braids. Yeah, it just feels right. But I'm also like, I feel like maybe she'd have her natural hair out. I don't know. I really, yeah. Because honestly, this, like all these designs are based on like a story I'm writing. Novel question mark, not necessarily like a visual or graphic novel. So technically the designs don't totally matter, but they matter for me because I want to draw them. So, and then this is Deirdre. This does not look like her at all, like facially. I think her face is, her eyes are too far apart. Her face is like too wide. I don't know. But I'm also trying to like battle the same face syndrome disease. I can't say allegations because like it is there. Yeah, so I don't know. And then this last page is for an OC I never actually drew because I haven't designed them yet, but that's okay. Here's that damned apple again. Whatever. And then this lady, I was gonna low-key ambitiously try to have the same aura as like that other girl with like the black and red hair, but then I never colored it, so bit of a flop there, but that's okay. Here's some kitty. Here's a kitty with some guitar picks. I don't remember why I drew this cat. I don't know whose cat this is either, it's just a cat, but I think I just wanted to get better, and I think the sketch is kind of cute. I don't know. And then this is Claire and Gory from Monster High. I don't know why they're here together. Maybe the theme is just like underrated Monster High girls. This one started with gouache and then I wasn't liking how it was turning out, so I layered acrylic markers. But like low-key, that's the move. Like every time I start with gouache and I'm like, this is really quite horrible, and I layer markers, it always looks really good. So I don't know, maybe that's something I gotta stick with. And then this one was just acrylic markers. It's very like low contrast, at least on the face. I don't know, she needs more contrast. This one I actually colored recently, but the sketch I did like a while ago, but this is Art Class Draculaura. She's so cute. Yeah. I really love the color palette here, the pink and the yellow. So cute, so cute. This is just like, originally this was school stuff and then I hated it because it was stupid and ugly. So I went over with some like Poscas because our art store had some Posca markers in there. So I bought some and I started scribbling and doing like swirls. But I think it's kind of cute. Like I feel like it kind of goes a little bit, the pink and the orange. This is also for class. We had to do a blind contour drawing. I don't know. This one was more color palette practice, more like a tealish kind of seafoam, bluish, orange, yellow situation. And then me swatching the markers themselves. Okay, damned apple again, bro. We're going insane. This was for some Shrinky Dinks. I had like the clear paper, and so I sketched these and then like I traced them with my acrylic markers and I colored them in. I actually kind of hated how mine turned out. They're kind of ugly. And then this is like a sketch. I was going through like some crazy art block here, so I think I have to do this one later, I think. And this one says that one oomph who ingests oil paint accidentally, which did in fact happen, but that's okay. I usually store my oil paint in the freezer because it like slows it down from like curing and stuff, but mistakenly somehow some of the paint itself managed to like get into my ice cube tray, and I've washed that thing so many times. I've like scrubbed it, and every time I want to use ice now, I have to like, when I take the cube out of the tray, I have to inspect it to make sure there's no paint on it, because one day, the first time it happened, I was making myself iced coffee and I look, after having like sipped so much of it, and I look and there's like a pool of teal on the top of the cup. And I was like, cute! So I was low-key freaking out, but I'm still here, so we're okay. It is like toxic, so I would not recommend ingesting oil paint. Ooh, okay, this one's so chopped. Okay, this is my tab. I don't like this one either, actually. There are some highs about this. There's some, I don't know. But she's my Baldur's Gate 3 Dark Urge tab. Her name is Lilith. Basic name, but I love her to death. I did a digital painting of her as well, and oh, that one is so good. This, I mean, like, it still looks like her, but I feel like the digital one I did like really captures like the likeness, at least in my brain, of like who she is. And then this was Lyselle. You can see the imprint of like the graphite. I kind of don't like how this one turned out. No, it's kind of cute. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I don't know. don't know. I think I can draw her better now. Trying to like wrap my mind around like the Githyanki anatomy was like kind of messing with my head. Yeah, and then for what even? These are pen things. I was trying to like get back into sketching with pen to like force myself to like not erase stuff as often because I'm like kind of notorious for that. This is Lazelle again. This one, I don't know. This one's a little better. I don't know. And this is Carnus. I used to love Carnus when I first started playing. Yeah, he's kind of, yeah. This is my tab again. This is just like a pose sort of thing with a sword. The face, I don't know, she's kind of got like a baby face. These are more sketches. Kind of miscellaneous. This one's kind of cute. I have no idea who they are, but they're cute. More miscellaneous sketches because I think I was like in an art block. I really don't know. Shadow Heart. I think this one's cute. And I drew like a, well, an orchid, like a I guess a night orchid. I kind of forget how they look in game, so I don't know if that's like actually accurate. God, you know what? I got to Act 3, like everybody else, and then I stopped. Oh, more watercolor. So I've also seen this being drawn like a trillion times, but we're doing a lot of watercolor in my painting class. Those who know. Here's a blueberry and a pear and some cherries that I never painted because I was getting kind of bored of it. And then this was just like not a study, but just like a loose little like thing. I love the style with watercolor where it's like not as like polished, where it's like you can really see the color and the ink kind of like bleed into one another, but you can still see like the contour. I don't know how to describe it, but like it's just, yeah, I really love like the sort of bleeding watercolor kind of look. But this paper is really good for watercolor as well, like it's pretty absorbent. Some more miscellaneous sketches. This face is so messed up. It looks kind of cute. I mean, the pose is a little like messed up, but I don't know. Here are some horses. I painted a unicorn for class and I never got it back, so it kind of sucks. But that's okay. But I was just really into like drawing like actual horses. I had to mature from the ponies, even though live, laugh, love, My Little Pony. Yeah, these were kind of worse than like my other unicorn painting in my sketches, but this was with acrylic markers, whereas the other one I'm talking about was with watercolor, which is why I think it came out so much better. It was like really pastel. It was really cute. Here were some like pen anatomy things. We were doing a lot of figure studies in my classes, and I love doing the figure courses like when we have like a live model. It is so much better than like trying to do anatomy from like a photo. Like it really is. It makes such a difference. Well, I mean the shapes, but also like the value. It's just, I don't know. It always goes so much better. Ooh, okay, now we're kind of cooking. Okay. This was when I started to render a lot of like metal. I was going through a phase, like since I did the metal for the one digital painting I did, I was like, I need to get better at doing like metallic things like silver. So this was like a piece of armor that I did with some acrylic markers. I think it turned out pretty good. I like it. I think it's interesting and I think it's fun. And here we have Queen Karlach. This was a screenshot in game, but it was like really kind of hard because she's like looking up kind of through her eyebrows. So I tried so hard to like get it right like so many times. And I think it's okay. I don't know. This is more of a little stylized one. She looks a little funny though. Love her though. Love this diva. Okay. Ooh, okay, here's a sword. More metal. I wish I added more to this, but I didn't know what to add. Like I could have done like more little like metallic things, but I don't know. This one is, well, I used a little more like warm tones, but that also like wasn't totally intentional. It's just the fact that like a lot of my markers tend to like yellow over time, like when I don't use them, especially the like cool toned grays for some reason. So a lot of the yellow or like warmth in here isn't 100% intentional. However, when you are rendering metal, that is kind of just inevitable. Like there are both cool and warm tones in there. This is a locket, very cute. Oh, I used a little silver on there. You can tell. Like when it's not in the light, you honestly cannot tell that this is a metallic paint pen. But I guess when it is under the light, it's just she's a little shiny. But I hate it. It's kind of cute. Oh, here's me planning. I wanted to do like an actual kind of like spread for once. And so I was trying to, I think I was using like a word generator to give me like a prompt so I could like kind of like think of something interesting to conjure up. This first one was, what does it say? Sweep figure bell, I think. So it was like a door chime, like a door bell question mark, I don't know. And then the second one, oh, I forget what the words were. I didn't write them down, but it was like It was like scissors, tongue, like, I don't know, but I drew someone like with a split tongue, okay. And then here's the painting I did. Yeah, acrylic markers, I did a fluorescent underpainting, or it's like a wash, I suppose. I like how this turned out. There's a lot of texture because of the way that I like painted on the under the wash, but I do like how it turned out. This was again more metal, but it wasn't like as metallic as some of those other ones. I think it's cute. I think it's fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. Oh, this is Moreau. This is Moreau from Resident Evil Village. I love him. He's my favorite character from, actually, well, no. Well, he is. My second favorite is Mother Miranda. I love her. I love her. I also love Lady Dimitrescu. Gosh, yes! He's one of the girls, it's okay. God, I love him. I really do love him. I love Resident Evil 7 and 8. God. I played 7 earlier this year and it rocked my world. I loved it. It was so good. It was so short too. Like I low-key speedran it. Here's some sketches. This is when I got some colored lead for my pencil. Which like I've used colored like erasable pencils before, but I wanted like mechanical pencil colored lead that I could use. And it erases really well. At least it kind of depends on the color. Like some of the darker like blues leave more of a stain on the paper, but the lighter colors erase pretty easily. So that's nice. This is Julia. I kind of don't like this one. Because of the glasses, it's not horrible, but there's also not like a lot of value in her hair. I don't know. Yeah. These are just some sketches with those pencils. This was I think an eyeshadow palette, or no, this might have been a paint palette, I think. Oil paint tube, another apple. Got a lot of apples going on. This is like a dog, I think. I don't know. I want to draw more dogs just because, like, gosh, I love dogs. Dogs are amazing. Oh, this is planning for my painting. This is an oil painting I did. Yeah. Well, this is watercolor, but the actual painting was oil painting. I will put a picture on screen if I feel like it. I was pretty proud of that painting, to be honest. I thought it was pretty good. This was a planning for a drawing assignment I had where we had to take a body of text and then use like a figure in like a drawing. Could be anything, but the figure had to be like based on a study we did in class. So yes, so the lyrics are from Jackie vs. the Giant Tortoise by Dance Gavin Dance, who my partner and I are seeing in May. We're literally so hyped. We also saw them last year. Gosh, that was so good. This was me doing some ink stuff because my final assignment for my drawing class was ink. Here is the composition I did. We had to use like specifically bones in the composition. This was a little bleeding from the other ink. So the bone, or the part of the bone that I used was it was like a vertebrae from a spine. I wanted to do like a whole spine, but then I kind of forgot that like a spine is not one bone, but rather a bunch of tiny little ones. So my bad. But so basically the composition is like a box of chocolates. I thought it was kind of cute. I kind of hated how the final one turned out because it was 4 by 6 feet, like it was huge. So I think smaller scale would be a lot cuter, and I think I might maybe attempt to do like an actual like painting of it. I think that'd be kind of fun. I don't know. These are my Sims characters. I kind of hate the sketch actually. I don't really like it. Here's another one. I did draw her digitally as well, which is also on my Instagram. I think the digital one came out a lot better, but like whatever. These are some more like boring sketches. I was going through like such a bad art block. This is like a zombie kind of pose. I forget what this was based on. Some wind chimes, a really lazy fish, and then I think this is based on a statue. This is a pony. This was with alcohol markers and colored pencils. I colored it first digitally, like I took a picture of the sketch and then I redid it and then I colored it. And so these colors were based on like the digital ones, kind of. But with the digital ones, like with the digital one, I edited the colors like a lot. So it was kind of hard to like replicate it. Yeah. I think this is like a musician or an actor. Maybe an actor. I don't know. I just thought his like vibe was kind of cool. But then I saw people in the comments being like, oh my god, I love him. And I was like, who is this? Who is this guy? So yeah. This is like my OC again. This was well, this is kind of lazy. And then, okay, this looks like a jumbled mess of something. This is the head. I was trying to do like a monster design, but like I don't really do monster designs like ever. It's something I want to get into though, because I think it's a lot of fun, and I think it's like really cool. This is okay, because Atlas, okay, he's like an adventurer, okay? So he has like his own little like not handbook, but like a little like log, I suppose. And so in the story, I thought it'd be fun if like throughout the progression of the book, you could like see his sketches of things. I don't know. I do debate making this like a webtoon or like a visual kind of graphic novel one day. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, this is when I was at Anime Ottawa. I was sick. Literally the day we got there, which was Thursday, I was setting up and then my throat started to hurt and I was like, we're lying. We're actually lying. Because everybody around me the week prior was like deathly ill. Like there was like a flu going around, so everybody was sick. And I just, the whole time I was like, this cannot happen. I cannot be sick. No. And then I had a sore throat for like 2 days, like during the con, but it went away. So I don't know if I was sick or if it was something else going on. I have no idea. But like that one day, the first day that like it really hit, it was bad. Like I was in so much pain and like I couldn't swallow. It was so weird. And then like by the second and third day, I was completely fine. So I don't know what that was at all. Really ugly pony. And then this one's kind of cute. I don't know. This Pinhead. I don't normally use black when I use pencil crayons, but for some reason I did. And I did this because I realized not once did I ever use colored pencils like fully in the sketchbook. Like there were times where like I used them like a little bit, but I had yet to do like any colored pencil crayon drawings in my sketchbook. Whereas like normally like I do a couple. So, so I briefly started watching part 3 of JoJo's. Yeah, part 3. Okay, don't come for me. I am in fact a part skipper, guys. I'm sorry. Throw your tomatoes, it's okay. But like I was really into part 5 over COVID. And I've seen part 1. I've seen almost all of part 2. I think there's only a couple episodes I hadn't seen. I've seen part 5. I just haven't seen 3 or 4 or Stone Ocean 6. And then I did watch Steel Wall Run, the first episode that they put out. I don't know why they're waiting months to put the other ones out, but that's okay. Thank you, Netflix. So here are my drawings of some of the beautiful characters. I had a crisis over the fact that Jotaro's hat goes into his hair, because my boyfriend was like, yeah, some people will debate if like his hat is a part of his hair or not. But in the scene that I was at, I was like, well, his hat is off. So obviously it's not a part of his hair. And then later, as I was watching the episode, I was like, wait, his hat is in his hair. What is going on? And then I searched up like fan art. I was like, wait, is this like a thing? And everybody draws his hat in his hair. I was like, what? I was actually like freaking out. I was like, this can't happen. Okay, here's kind of going. His hair, bro, who is his barber? I'm so sorry. I know he has like a lot of fans. And like, I'm sure he's chill. And I think his stand or his like ability is really quite interesting. But what the hell is that cut? I'm so sorry. He's got like the slick back, but then he's also got like the bangage, and then he's got the strand. What? I'm sorry. Good for him though, you know. And then here's Polnareff. Yeah. Why? He's so beautiful though. Oh my god. Anyway, on the drive home, we passed a lot of like farms and farmland, of course, and I was just like, I want to do a little barn. I want to do a little like countryside. This is really quite, I really don't know. This is kind of cute. I don't know. I want to paint like a barn or something. I think it'd be fun. This is when we get a little bit of creative drive back. This is nobody. Just a sketch. It reminds me of like a Baldur's Gate tab though. So maybe there's a little bit of inspo. A horse. Homura and Madoka. I finished Madoka Magica. Yes. I haven't seen the movie yet. The third one, Rebellion, I think. But I'm going to. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But like, bro, it was so different than I thought it would be. Like I had heard so many things about it, and I started the first episode like a year ago, but then I just started like binging it like a week ago. And it was so good. I thought it was so good. And I love them. I love them all. Wow, what a doomed Yuri, for real. Like, yeah. Okay, this is gold from Genshin Impact. I have not played Genshin in like so long. I did like a week ago because I was like, I gotta catch up. But like, it's just the quests genuinely take forever. Like, actually forever. And I can't stand it. It actually pisses me off. I do wish that she was an old lady. I wish Ryandaughtr was an old lady. I just think that would be better. It's just my opinion. We don't all have to be anime girls, but we're all anime girls, and that's okay. That's okay. Anyway, here's Fischl. I like this. I think this is cute. Yeah, I used to love Fischl so much. And I mean, like, I still do. I love her vibe and her aesthetic. And this is Rebecca's team. The pre-productions came out, the 4th wave, I think. And so I got them all. Growing up, though, I'd have Rebecca and Venus, and I still have them. But, yeah, they hold a special place in my heart. So I drew Rebecca, and then I drew a little blueberry cheesecake, I think. It's like a cheesecake, I'm gonna assume. I don't know. This is me trying to kind of brainstorm like a logo design. Like, I have my signs for my table, but like, I think just like color-wise, I think I need a little update. I feel like some of the stuff kind of clashes. So I was trying to plan like just kind of a nicer mascot-y logo situation. This idea was like my actual like name logo coming out of a flower, but I don't know if it looks really stupid. I think it's a little confusing. So this was me planning a painting composition that I want to do, potentially. It's kind of like a divine technology vibe. I don't know. I've drawn this like same sort of idea like so many times, but I took an Italian Renaissance like art history architecture class this semester, and it low-key rocked my world. I actually love it. I think art history is so interesting because a lot of it was very like I'd say like theological and like biblical, because like that was the vibe at the time. In a sense, there's a lot to it. I'm not gonna rant about Italian art history, but it was giving me some inspiration for some like elements I could include into paintings. Oh, this is Giorno. I feel like I'm kind of confused about this one. I had to like fix his face so many times. His eyes are a little big. I don't think it's horrible. I mean, like, it looks like him, but there's just like something about it where I was like, you look wrong. Like, he looks wrong a little bit. I don't know. This is Albedo. The mouth is like not correct. His eyes are big. I don't know. Every time I draw him, I'm like, it's not right. It's not right. And then Pinkie Pie. Some more sketches. I like these. This is Inefa. My boyfriend and I were playing a lot of Portal 2, and then when I was playing Genshin again, trying to get back into it, like, that's where I left off. Like, that's how far behind I am. It was a part in Natlan, but I think she's so fun. She's a little robot. I was like, yes, we got like a robot theme going on, a little sci-fi moment. I remember when her banner was out too. Like, I was playing during that time as well, but I kind of want her now. Like, I kind of like, if her banner comes back, whenever that is, I kind of want her. Here's Sayaka, just a random like pose thing, little emo person, and well, it's supposed to be Miku, but like she's kind of chopped here. Like, she's kind of really quite chopped here. So, sorry, queen. These are some like random compositions. This is based on some or other. Those who know. There's Madoka. I think this is cute. I wasn't sure if I wanted to color this or not. Like, I was kind of going to, but I was kind of like not going to. So, I don't know. This is all very uninspired. Going through art block again. And then I was doing some more colored alcohol marker things. This looks a lot more fluorescent like on camera, and like it kind of is, because I discovered when you like layer the markers over top of this colored lead, it makes it really fluorescent, and I think that's just because of the alcohol in them, but I thought that was kind of interesting. So it kind of looks like a highlighter. That's okay. Here is really bad Kirby, some wings. This is so chopped. This is Miku drinking a beer, because, hear me out, because I was searching up like who owned Miku. Like, I don't know if Sega like owns her. Like, I know they own Project Sekai, but like, I don't know. But I was searching it up for some reason, and I found out that like the person who owns her, like the company or something like that, is based in Sapporo, Japan. I might have said that completely wrong. I looked at it and I was like, wait, that's the beer brand. So I gave her a cold one. She's drinking a Sapporo because, yeah. And again, I might be pronouncing that wrong. I kind of forget what it's actually called, but those who know. Those who drink beer. More side profiles. This one, well, this first one over here is like really bad. This one's not too bad. And this one's kind of cute. I like the nose. My thing is, like, when I do side profiles, like, it's just like the chin, like, I don't know, like, it's just always really wrong. Oh, this quote down here, you probably can't read it. Rebirth must hurt more than taking the final breath. This is based on a piece of poetry by someone, oh my god. Oh wait, I wrote it down. Karin Kanina. Please go support them. I found their writing on Pinterest, and I thought it was the most beautiful thing I've ever read in my life. but this quote specifically at the end of one of their poems reminded me of Homura and Madoka. This is really this is a chopped drawing, like it really quite is. But still, I felt like it was so them, in a way. Yeah. More Copic marker things. This is alright. I didn't line it or anything, because I was kind of like, eh. Didn't really feel like it. These were more painting composition ideas. I want to paint more, I really do, but it's just like, I need to think of like a real like composition. This is Michelle Goyle. This is when I was really just like powering through like all of this week trying to finish this book, so I was kind of over it. I don't like it's kind of cute. But I got her doll, right? Like when the Creeproductions, and I've never, like when I was growing up, I never had Rochelle, but I think she's so cute. Like when I saw the doll, I was like, I get it. I get it. Like the pink and the teal and the gray. I'm like, yeah. Yes. Yes. This is an albatross. I'm not really like into birds, but I saw a video about their like courting ritual and I thought it was so funny. I love bird like dances, like the, you know, like the mating kind of rituals they have. I think it's so funny and it's so cute. This is like a fancy little light switch, a little like ornate one. This is something really lazy, really, I don't know. I do like this page. I like this specifically. I was using like it was a water-based like fine liner kind of thing, and I was just kind of I was like freehanding. The head is short, he ain't got no head. It's a little cryptic, but like I think it's interesting. You've got kind of like a weird dragonfly wing and like an angel wing. I've been drawing a lot of wings. I don't really know. And then this one is like really miscellaneous, but I don't know. I want to do more like ink stuff. I think it's fun. It's interesting. I don't know. These were some like really basic and loose like muscle studies. I don't study muscles very often. I wish I would more because I just think it'd be fun. This was a drawing of my hand. These were some like environmental kind of compositions and value blocking. This one wasn't as successful, but this one was referenced from like an actual like someone else's. I was just trying to like see the way that they were like blocking it. And then I was trying to do some of my own. This one, okay, because when I was like, what I mean is like blocking the foreground, middle ground, and background, but then I was kind of confusing it with like the actual value of the image, which is like not totally the same thing. Like it's, yeah, so this one's not very good. This is just like a random tree, foggy treescape. This one's kind of confusing. This one had like I think it was like a bridge, but like, yeah. And then these were just some sketches. This was like a train. These two were The Sims, I think. I think these were like Sims rooms that people had made. I love The Sims. Some really lazy gesture things. As you can see, I was really just trying to finish it at that point. So for this second last page, again, just like a kind of ink pen drawing. I think I used like an actual ink pen this time. It wasn't water-based, I don't think. I first sketched it and then I just kind of like went off with it. As you can see, we're getting a lot lazier because I want it to be done so bad. And then here's the last page. Just a lazy little drawing, but... And then here are all my alcohol marker, no, my, oh my gosh, these are my acrylic marker swatches, because these ones, I lost the swatch sheet. I don't know where it went for the life of me. Like it literally, it like evaporated. It no-clipped. It's in the back rooms probably. I don't know. It's gone. I've looked absolutely everywhere and I know I didn't throw it away. It's just gone and it hurts. And then everything in here, these were just like collage sheets that I was going to use that I never did. So that was a lot of yap. There was a lot of yap. But that does conclude my 7th sketchbook. Yeah, I'm gonna get started on my next one because I'm really eager to, despite how lazy the last few pages of this one were. Anyways, this video is so long, so I really need to crop this down because there's a lot of yap in here that really did not need to happen. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope that potentially some of the pages might have inspired you. I have a lot of goals and aspirations for like my next sketchbook, but I do think that this one was like good. I liked the size. It helped me to learn to like work a little larger, so I'm gonna have to get used to working in a smaller book again. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. My socials will be in the description if you want to hit me up and follow me, and maybe I'll try to post more consistently like throughout the year. I'd like to. I just get so busy with school and work and everything else in my life that it's so impossible sometimes. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!